Hi there, welcome to Minnie and the Boomer. This is season 1, episode, 5 or 6? Is it 5?
5, yeah. Episode 5.
I don't know. I can barely hear you, Matt. You're going to have to get a little closer. Good thing you adjusted your mic before we began. Oh, go look
Hello?
at that.
Hello?
Good.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Hey, so who am I here with? This is I'm Jason, the Boomer, and with me always is...
Matt, the young one.
Correct, the Minnie.
Yes, the Minnie.
Minnie. That's
Yeah,
your
thank you.
crowds of adoring fans.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, one person over
Celebrating your mediocrity.
there. Oh, alright. I do that myself. I don't need a crowd.
So, here we are.
So?
If you listen to the last podcast, we had my mother, or also known as Matthew's grandmother, on the
Sama.
podcast. It's a pretty good podcast. We sent it to all that side of the family, and quite a few of them listened to at least 15 minutes of it. So that was good. That was very good. Yeah. Thank you for all your half-hearted support. I guess quarter-hearted.
Yeah.
Quarter-hearted support.
Not even, like, half of a quarter.
Well, 15 out of 60 would be a quarter.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought an hour was 100 minutes. I forgot.
That would be...
I had a long day at school, all right?
It'd be an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You had a long day at school? What happened? Tell me about it.
I did a lot of math.
Math.
Yeah. I don't really know what
Trigonometry? Algebra? Calculus? What are you studying right now in your last year of high school?
I'm doing volumes and air surfaces.
Surface area.
Yeah, surface
That's what
area.
you're going with. Area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
I can't believe that's so
and
cool.
of course you're acing it all, so you have your choice of CGEPs when you finish.
Well, this math thing, I destroyed it back in secondary too.
Oh, so it's the exact same course, but now in secondary psych.
Yeah. We're talking about waste of packaging. Those little like juice boxes.
Mm-hmm. The Tetra Packs.
Probably.
That's what it's called, the Tetra Pak.
Those juice boxes.
Don't ask me why it's called Tetra.
Actually, you could use a lot less of carton to make a cube.
Carton? Cardboard, you mean?
Cardboard, yeah. To make a cube carton.
Right.
And it would cost the company a lot less. But like it would be like half.
And why
the
don't they
size.
do that?
It doesn't look like there's actually the same amount of juice in it, even though there's the same volume area inside.
So it's all about public perception.
Yes.
And be damned any type of marketing to explain that to the end user or end consumer.
Also, you could make it into a cylinder with the same height and width. There's less carton used in that.
As opposed to a Tetra Pak.
Yes, and
Just
you could
square. Square uses... Yeah, I guess
a cube uses a rectangle.
I guess it's also a matter of transport.
Yeah, transport.
You lose a lot of fluid.
Yeah, we talked about that today, actually.
Interesting. See, your dad's not a complete moron.
And it gave me like.
I'm not even in secondary 5, and I know these considerations.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty well read. I'm learned.
Well, hopefully, like, I'd be kind of disappointed.
Must be hard having a father that's so uber at everything. You're like, oh God, how am I ever going to, measure up? You don't have to measure up, as he puts his hand lovingly on his son's knee and says, "It's okay, Matt. I love you for who you are."
Is your middle name Eagle Andy? Don't know.
Ego Annie or Eagle?
Ego Andy.
Andy, not Annie.
No, not Annie. Whatever.
Annie McPhee.
McPhee, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. But anyways, talking about that and Matt gave me flashbacks to my night shift, my night job this summer.
Oh, when you worked at the tea packing.
Yeah, they talked
about...
tea
bagging factory.
You see what he's did there. But yeah, that's not even his funniest joke. Tell him what you told me this morning. Your funny joke. The funniest joke on the entire
podcast last week. Why would I?
They probably forgot it because it was like so good. Go ahead, say it again.
Oh wait, I think I know what you're doing here.
Say it again.
So, to all our listeners out there, Matthew, beyond all expectations, has apparently come up with a list of topics for this episode, so I'm pretty keen. He went through a couple of them, and some of them will be interesting.
Yeah, but tell them your joke. Were you shy now?
No. I told the joke, man. There's no reason to retell the joke.
I can't take the fame for this one. It's so good, and
why would
it's
you
yours.
Take it? I said it last.
Then say it. Say it again.
Week.
For the people who just tuned into this episode and not the other one. Go ahead.
Well, my thought on this subject is if you're not going to listen to all of them, I'm not going to help you relive the glory of a former episode.
No, but like, if I come on, say it, do it. Are you embarrassed? You don't like? You said
Why
it's
would I be
the
embarrassed?
best
It was
joke.
like one of the best jokes I've
You
ever
said
heard in my
again.
entire life. And you know what was fun about that joke is it was a clean joke. Like it was just a good old fashioned squeaky clean joke. And I don't believe I've ever heard it before. I don't know if subconsciously I'd heard it somewhere, but I thought it was
Probably,
pretty good.
yeah. How about you say it again so the people at home can help us out in the comments?
What I'll do for you, Matt, on this is I'll put a note in this post, the description of this one, telling them what minute and second to listen to in the last one, and that way they can relive the glory of that joke of like, all jokes.
Fine. All right then. All right. Be expecting that in the description of this one.
I will do it. I listened to the joke again today. I was just so proud of myself.
Okay. Anyway, do you have any thing to talk about? You want to talk about anything?
Yeah, I was actually almost got hit by a car today while I was driving, and I wanted to bring this subject up that's you know about, and I've talked to Jeremy about it because I think it's one of the most ridiculous things that drivers do nowadays. I was driving in the right lane.
Yes.
Of our street here, the boulevard, and there was a car to the left of me, and unbeknownst to me, he was just going to turn left. And guess what he did when he went to turn left?
You turn left.
He did, but before that, thinking without any logic or knowledge, I guess, that 95% of the roads that we drive on are designed to be driven by what type of vehicle?
Cars?
Correct. Maybe not transport trucks, I'll give you that. But 90% of the roads we drive in have curved corners.
Yes.
Curbs sometimes not curbs around the corners so pedestrians can walk.
Yes.
Do you know where I'm going with this?
No idea.
Okay. So what I found more and more is happening, and I don't know if all the listeners out there have been noticing this, but dumbasses, and I'm using that as the tamest of descriptors for what I think these people are, decide that they will. I'm gonna turn right onto the street. There's no stop sign, so I'm gonna pull in partially into the left lane so I can make the turn to turn right.
Wait. Were you in the right lane or the left lane?
Yeah, I was just giving an example.
Okay.
So what the guy on the left, he was beside me, actually I would say he was maybe half a car in front of me, and all of a sudden he starts coming over to my lane. So I honk. I may have said a couple of expletives, and then he proceeded to turn left because, in his grand wisdom, he thought that in order to make the turn, he had to move to the right to clear the curb to turn left.
Oh.
It's a very dangerous habit, and I see a lot of people doing it, and I don't understand. It's not really a funny comment. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Whoa!
It's dangerous. I really, if I hadn't been looking, he would have hit me. So he didn't look at his blind spot because he was turning left, but he decided he'd go into the right-hand lane.
You swore
on
our podcast.
When I post our podcast, I say it's not safe for children, so I can say whatever I want technically. But you're right. I try and keep it clean, but I find it very. I don't know who started this trend of swerving into other lanes to turn. It's absolutely and unequivocally ridiculous and dangerous. So that's what I was thinking about today, Matt. How about you?
Well, yesterday, talking about car accidents, our little friend Theo from episode 1 got into a car accident.
What? Was he driving?
No, he got hit by a car.
Was he driving?
No.
Oh. Who was driving?
Some old lady on the road. He got hit by a car.
As a pedestrian, you mean?
Yeah, sorry.
Is he okay?
Yeah,
I'm not laughing to laugh. I'm just finding that I could just imagine him be going over the hood.
No, he's fine. Did
he go over the hood or he just got kind of nudged?
I think he got he wasn't at school today. He texted. He's fine. His leg just hurts a lot. Okay, so he was walking on the left side of the road, and a car was what do you mean
the left side of the road?
He was walking.
What do you mean the left side of the road?
There was like a little no sidewalk, so he was walking on the left side of the road.
Oh, he was walking on the road because there was no sidewalk.
Yeah.
Going towards his house, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
So
he was walking on the right side, the correct side, to see when cars are coming at him.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because a lot of people don't realize that as a pedestrian, if you're walking your dog or your children, you should be facing traffic as you walk so that you can dive under the grass when some idiot decides they're not looking and they're texting and they run into you. Whereas if you're on a bicycle, what side of the road should you be on?
Right.
The same side as the cars, correct. Look at us. We're learning so much about traffic and traffic control and safety.
Yeah.
Continue what you
So
said.
anyways, he was walking on the left side of the road, and there was a car coming behind him, like on the right. No, like coming on the opposite direction of another car that was coming in front of him. So, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a car coming towards him.
Yeah. He was on the left side of the street, and it was on the left side of the street as well, coming towards him.
Yeah, and there was another car coming from behind him.
Okay.
So the car in front of him turned to leave more room for the car coming. And because of the morning sun, hit my friend Theo in the leg. And he went to the hospital to make sure he was fine. And I think he's okay. Like
Have you received any other texts from him since then?
Well, I got this nice picture of his leg and him flipping off his leg.
But his leg is covered in a blanket.
And he's broken.
He's flipping off his leg, not you.
I know, right?
Maybe that's the accident. It's kind of scrambled his brain a bit.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I love this as a picture. It's a picture, just to go, everybody can picture this. It's a picture of someone from the waist down, because you can't see his waist or his, obviously it's a selfie, but he's turned the camera around, so he's taking a picture of his leg covered in a blanket at home, and he's flipping the bird to his leg, not to the picture viewer.
Yeah, and Ben, this was in the group chat, he told us. And because I'm a normal person, I won't swear. He said, "Freaking hoe," to this long text. He said, "Freaking hoe." That's his answer. And I was just like, oh, hope you get better. But at the same time,
well, our thoughts and our prayers go out to you, Theo, and your brush with death. Yesterday morning or this morning?
Yesterday morning.
Wow, so you missed 2 days of school.
For
Sounds
him.
like he's milking it. But we're glad the entire Minnie the Boomer staff and interns are praying for your speedy recovery, Theo.
Aren't we all interns because we're not getting paid?
Well, it could be called volunteers. I mean, it depends how you want to swing it on your tax forms.
Oh, okay. So, anyways,
yeah,
that was my 2 days of this week so far. No, wait. No, yeah, okay, got hit yesterday. I forgot. Wait.
You're telling me now. Interesting.
Yeah.
Real close friends you got there, huh?
What?
Not nothing. What else you got for topics, Matt? Dazzle us.
All right, so
everybody's waiting with bated breath.
Have you heard about the new electric Mustang they're making?
I heard they sold out in like no time, but that's about all I've heard.
If you had the chance to order one, would you have ordered the electric Mustang?
No, simply because Mustangs are small vehicles. If they had like a electric Charger or an electric,
aren't every Chargers electric?
No, they're not.
Like
Charger. Oh,
yeah,
good one.
Yeah,
you had to make sure you made that smile point double six shooter, so I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, but no, you wouldn't.
I've rented a Ford Mustang when I was in Dallas several years ago. I want to say 2010.
And in Florida too, right?
Yeah, that too. And I love the cars. They're nice cars. They look great. Problem is there's for me when I'm driving, and for you as well, there's seriously an inch of space between the front of the back seat and the back of the front seat when you're fully positioned. Because
me and my father are very tall people. I'm taller than my dad. I'm 6'4". He's a little 6'3" man. My brother is 6'2".
2 or 1, I'm not sure.
He's short.
I'm actually 5'15". Thank you.
Oh, okay, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. But yeah, you wouldn't buy it? You would buy a Charger?
I like the idea of it because, to be honest, I know another one of your topics was the Tesla cars. I like the fact that Tesla was the groundbreaker, and he had the money to kind of make all the other automotive industry giants have to follow suit, because I don't know if you know this, but electric cars have been around for decades.
Yeah.
And the
hybrids and stuff like that.
No, actual electric cars, and they've all been squelched by the petroleum industry, who don't want electric cars on the road for obvious reasons. So I kudos to Mr. Elon Tusk.
No, that's not right. Universe.
Oh, sorry, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Kudos to him because he was able to get it done, and now everybody who wants to remain competitive now has to develop electric cars. But I've never been enamored with his cars. I don't know why. I always thought he could have done something more unique looking. It's a sedan basically, and I don't know what he could have done because he did do something different with the truck, and I don't like the pickup truck. I think it looks like a cheesy vehicle from the movie. What's it called? Remember the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Did I ever show you that one?
Recall?
No. It was in the future. Oh, what was it called? It's gonna bug me now. He was in the future. He was a convict, and they put the convicts in these games, and they drive, and they have to survive this game, and all the villains or the guards of the in the game are driving these vehicles and trying to run them over. And I know there's people listening going, it's this.
Leave a comment down below.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I don't know if I've ever showed you, but I mean, cheesy 80s movie, but it was a lot of fun. And every future car in the 80s looked like what Elon Musk has designed with his pickup truck. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be honest. I really like the design. I would buy it.
I know, you've told me that before.
Yeah, it's...
a little part of me died.
What? It looks super futuristic. If they make a Back to the Future remake, they should use the Cybertruck.
I love that he calls it a Cybertruck. Like
I'm not a fan with the name,
cybergenetic.
But it's still a pretty cool little design, if you ask me.
And I'm not knocking it. It's a good idea. And same thing with his S. All the different cars, the 3 and all the different cars he's designed.
S3, Z, and Y. I think
they're all. I mean, amazing job. They run really well, and everybody wants them. They're very expensive, although the newer ones,
like 30,000.
The S's are cheaper now.
Yeah,
but that's only because other automakers have decided to throw their hat into the ring. So, but I don't know. I always felt like he could have done more with it, but I don't know what he could have done more, so I can't really speak to it too much.
Yeah,
that's really my take on Mr. Elon Musk and his Teslas.
No,
I also like the name he picked because you know who Tesla was?
Yeah, inventor or
thief?
He
was like the inventor of a bunch of stuff that...
or was it Edison who stole it?
Edison decided to bury his competition and ruin him, and then stole most of his ideas.
Okay.
Edison was a lot like Steve Jobs.
With who?
He might have had these ideas, but it was all of his cronies or all of his employees who did all the footwork and took all the glory. So.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah, as they do, right?
You talking about the Tesla car, us talking about it, reminded me of a video and thing I read about back in like the 60s, I think. A car that could like run on alcohol or on pretty much any alcoholized liquids. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember what it's called, but it was very nice. It was a very nice looking car. I think it was like a Chevrolet car
that ran on alcohol.
Yeah. Now I know you might think like this is not real, but I promise to you I saw it, and it's the internet, but I'm
You sure it was real?
Yes, it wouldn't make sense.
It wasn't from some movie at some point.
No. I saw it on the video online, and they talked about it, and it makes sense that it didn't blow up because like the petrol companies didn't want to like go under and stuff like that.
Right.
So in my head, it makes sense. What are you looking on your phone there?
I found the name of the movie.
Oh.
And it wasn't in Schwarzenegger's first like 20 movies on Google search. The Running Man, 1987. Great movie.
Oh.
Anyways, so this alcohol fueled car.
Yeah. I'll try to find it actually because it looked pretty cool. It looked very futuristic. And I think it had
for the 60s.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day.
But it looked very nice.
Boomertown?
Probably Boomertown. Yeah.
I see.
Where you're from.
Yeah.
If anyone, I think I'm getting sick, actually.
You probably got what your mother had.
Yeah.
You have to gargle. This tea's great with honey in it, but gargling is the way to go to get rid of a sore throat.
Yeah, but I like the tea better. No, but that runs on alcohol.
Oh, okay, we're doing a search now.
Yeah.
What can we do to fill this space?
Just how to modify your car to run on alcohol fuel.
No, we don't want that. Say, first alcohol car.
60 off. Yes.
See, the boomer knows. Even the boomer knows how to search.
Alcohol car. Where is it? Oh God, 1960. No. Nope. Come on.
Timeline of alcohol fuel or ethanol.
Oh, what? Oh, I found it. Chrysler Turbine Car.
Turbine.
I think that's the power.
From what I'm looking at here, it was nowhere near one of the first because it looks like Rolls-Royce was toying with the idea in the 20s.
You can't do anything in the 20s, but this is a carbine car.
And what's it called?
Turbine car.
Turbine? Was it only driven by Sikhs?
No, turbine.
Turbine, okay.
Sorry. Turbine. Chrysler Turbine Car is a automobile powered by a turbine engine, which was produced by Chrysler from 1963 to 1964. Its body was made by the Italian... Okay, we don't care about that. 2 doors, 3-speed.
And looking at the pictures of this car, do you think it looks futuristic?
In my head, it looked futuristic. A total of 55 cars were built, 5 prototypes, and limited run of 50 cars for a public user.
And I don't have to read this conspiracy thing that says the reason why Chrysler destroyed all copies of their turbine, it was because of who? Right,
the petrol company. Yeah.
Because you can basically run it off anything that you can make ethanol from, which is corn, soy, all that stuff. So.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on from this subject to another subject.
Wow, we're just fast. These subjects, these topics are coming fast and furious.
Well, we can move on. It's been like 10 minutes. We've talked about this, I think.
No, I'm not disparaging your move. I'm just announcing. I'm creating the segue for you that you're now supposed to say the topic, but you're drinking. So I'm just gonna keep filling here.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so the new topic is...
Let's hope it's funny, everybody.
How about you? Let's bring the joke back up, huh? Tell the joke. Tell the joke. Make it funny, huh?
What do you want to talk about first, Matt? The Australian forest fire, brush fires?
No, Dad, you wanted to talk about your joke. Talk about your joke. Do it. Tell us the joke.
Here's a story I want to tell you, Matthew.
God.
About when you were a wee young lad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that was embarrassing. I don't want to tell that story.
Do it.
No, I can't.
Do it.
It's embarrassing,
My
really.
entire life is embarrassment, and you know it.
No, I really can't. Maybe for another podcast. I'll tell you what it is after this podcast, and then you can tell me whether or not I should tell you, because I'm pretty sure you'd be like, no, good thing you didn't say it.
We could edit this out.
True that. So, what's the next topic?
I want you... What it... No.
You want me to, okay, so what this was funny because, we used to get mad at you for doing this. I don't know if you remember this.
No. I know it. Oh, God. Oh, look how that peaked. Oh,
wow. So I guess you don't want me to tell it now?
No, I know what it is. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, never mind.
All right, so what's our second topic, Matt?
Third. No,
Did you see how well we segued into...
Yeah.
Tesla. We're talking vehicles, and we really. That's the sign of a true podcast.
Do you? This is not one of the topics. I just looked at that plane, and do you think flying cars would be a thing one day?
No.
Why not?
Flying cars, I think, have been something that could have been a reality back in the 70s. And you know why they don't allow flying cars? Let me see if you can guess, Matt. Why wouldn't they allow flying cars?
People driving into the buildings?
Yeah. People getting drunk and driving, hitting each other in the air. If you give any old average Joe the ability to drive a car and then fly it, it's just asking for problems. It's the same.
How about levitating cars?
Isn't that the same thing?
No, because a flying would be more like a plane.
Oh, you mean like just levitating like 2 or 3 feet off the ground? Yeah, but I guess it's a possibility. But how much energy are you expending to do that? Because when you're flying, let me just explain. When you're flying, once you hit cruising altitude or cruising speed and cruising altitude, you're using a lot less fuel because you're kind of, at one point you're being propelled, but at the same time your momentum is carrying you through the air and you're streamlined. If you have a hovering car, you're basically using up a lot of energy to maintain the hover.
No, listen, this is how I would do it.
Go, please tell us.
I would put magnets under the wheels of the cars. No, well, like, it would, in Captain America, the first Avenger?
Yeah,
like when the car
yeah,
floats?
Yeah. Did your brother watch that yesterday, or was it you?
No, I didn't watch it.
Your brother was watching that scene yesterday.
Oh, we know when the car floats?
Yeah.
In the movie? And it's like weird, like, things? That would be magnets.
Like that?
It would be magnets.
Mm-hmm.
And all the roads would be magnets.
So goodbye to any type of electronic device like a cell phone or credit cards, because magnetic fields are everywhere, and your
Well, at this point, if we're able to do this, streamline that, and like we'd find another way.
You know why? And here's another interesting piece of technological information. In the 1970s, early 70s, I think, they developed the video phone. So like what you do now with FaceTime and things like that and Skype,
Yeah.
they developed it in the 70s. You know why it never took off?
Why?
Because what happens when you answer the phone? What do you have to do?
Take it off the
Receiver?
little,
Take it off the cradle. And
little thing.
Yeah, and what do you do after that?
You put it to your ear.
And then?
You talk.
And then when you're done with it, what do you do?
Put it back down.
Okay. Now imagine, if you will, in the 1970s, having to answer a video phone. What do you do?
Pick it up.
Okay.
And like look at it.
Uh-huh.
And talk.
Okay. But imagine
down.
in the 70s and the 80s, and even more so earlier, the
like hold it like a
cosmetic
phone.
difference.
This? No.
No, it was actually like a little stand with a video camera and a screen on it, and then you picked up the headset.
Oh, like those old phones, like
sort of
those real old phones.
Sort of, but it's just because you couldn't have a portable TV in your hand, because back then the technology didn't allow it. You'd have to have like a picture tube and everything.
Oh, so you wouldn't be able to walk around?
Well, that wasn't a big thing because you couldn't walk around a whole lot when you're on the phone anyways, but sometimes you had a long cord you would. Or
like
you could
Sam
rather.
and Sampas.
But more importantly, you wouldn't want to answer the phone in any condition other than fully dressed and all made up. Especially for women.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to answer the phone disheveled in your bathrobe and find out it's your best friend calling you and she looks like a princess. So that's why it never took off, because they didn't think it was too much of a cosmetic disaster.
Well, wouldn't how about you could turn off the camera and just use it like a speaker?
Why aren't you using the video portion? What are you hiding, Sue?
I'm just naked. Get off my back.
Yeah, why are you naked again, Sue? This is the third time I've called you in a row and you're naked.
It's 9 a.m. Let me get ready.
Sue, how come your eye's black? Has your husband been beating you again? Didn't have time to cover it up with a cover-up stick? So that's why it didn't really take off in the 70s. So all these great things that they talked about in the 50s and 60s that would be here by the year 2000 couldn't, because you don't want people driving cars into buildings or into mountains or into trees or anything else. And you don't want people to see you when you're on your... And now nobody cares anymore. It's like, just answer your phone. Hey, man, how you doing? And you're looking at the other guy who's puked on himself. And I'm as guilty as anybody wearing shirts with logos on it and slogans and stuff. Whereas in up until the 70s and even the 80s, men wore suits. Wore hats, fedoras and stuff. Nice, classy.
I tried to pull off a fedora when I was young. Didn't work out.
You pull off that Australian...
I know, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty nice looking hat.
Yeah, I like that hat.
Crocodile Dundee.
I couldn't wear that to school. I get bullied.
That's not a knife. Now that's a knife. But it covers your big forehead.
Oh.
Your 5 head?
5 head, yep.
So I wrote to my sister. My sister listened to your aunt listened to the podcast last week. And I knew she was about halfway through, because she says, "What? Do I have a big forehead?" She sent me that text.
Yeah. I think you told Samuel while we were playing euchre.
We were playing euchre, and I said, I think she does listening to it. What else? What's another topic, Matt?
Wait, I think...
dazzle us, Matt.
Another topic. Okay, so you and Mom want to move soon, right?
That wasn't on the list.
No, I know.
Yeah, we want to move soon, yeah.
And where do you want to... you guys want to move by the water, and do you guys want to buy a boat, like a nice
Probably.
boat, or like a pontoon thing?
Probably a nice boat. Not a boat like your uncle, because we're not speed demons.
I'm not crazy like that.
What a waste of
Like-
fuel.
but
And
like,
the footprint, the carbon footprint of.
Do electric boats exist?
Yeah, but they don't. Boats use a lot more resistance and power to get through the water. So and batteries are very heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, and I'm not an expert on it, but I'm sure electric boats exist. The problem with them is it uses a lot more power, electric-wise, currently, but with the current technologies, than a gasoline-powered or diesel-powered boat.
Okay. And the boat, you know those boat with like the two big buoys under it?
Pontoons?
Yeah, would you buy that?
Probably not.
Well, what would you buy as a boat? Like a old like wooden little.
No, I would buy one from the 90s or the 2000s. Just
Okay.
you probably use boat because you guys would both be learning and I'd be learning, and my
It's
mom
not that
hasn't
hard.
really.
You just.
I mean, docking, getting it onto the
yeah,
trailer, backing it up, knowing how to navigate. Because I
Oh,
know,
I know how to
friends of
navigate.
our. No, I mean like around like.
Put on the Australian hat.
Shoals or
Get us anywhere.
shallow water or sandbars. Those are all dangerous things. Like
Yeah.
friends of ours that you know very well bought a boat. I think it was early this year, and the first time they took it out, they broke off the propeller.
Is it the same people who did that mistake in New York?
Yeah, same
Yeah.
people. That was a great story. I'll tell you this story because
Yeah.
we have a very proud friend of ours who's, he's the boss and good guy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And he decided to take his family to New York City from Montreal. So he drove down there without incident. And on the way back, for any of you who know your geography, he hit Albany, which is pretty much the halfway point.
Is Albany a state or not?
No, it's the capital
Okay.
of New York
Okay.
State. So he hit Albany on the way back, which is about halfway. So he'd been driven about 2.5 hours or so. And when he hit Albany, for inexplicable reason, he decided, instead of continuing north towards Canada, to turn west. And everybody in the car, I think, was sleeping. And he drove, and he drove, and he drove 3 more hours in the wrong direction until someone said, why does it say Buffalo in 200 miles or whatever? And that only at that point did he realize his mistake, turned around and successfully navigated his way home, but effectively adding 6 hours to his already 6-hour drive. So the drive home for him took a total of 12 hours.
Yes.
And I think he's never lived it down with his immediate family who were in the car. I know I've never let him live it down.
Oh, that's a great story.
So
like
him,
that.
right? Oh, him.
man. Good thing he doesn't listen to us.
Yeah, no, he would never listen to us. He doesn't like Anglophones. So,
Yeah. Neither do my girlfriend's parents. So.
oh no, that's trouble.
No, I don't actually know. So please don't, because my girlfriend listened to this. I told you this.
Yeah.
So please don't show this to them. Thank you.
Me?
No, my girlfriend. I'm talking to my girlfriend
you're
right now.
reaching out to your girlfriend in the faraway land that she's in right now.
Yeah, Republic Dominican.
Yes.
Yesterday, her safe with her passport and everything got locked. Like
And
got
you didn't
like
have the
broke.
password? What?
Like it broke.
Oh, broke with all the stuff
broke,
inside
yeah.
it? Yikes.
So like for like 30 minutes, she's like, "Oh man, I'm so nervous." And then just one point, like she stops texting for like 3 minutes, and then like they got it open. I'm like, "Oh, thank God."
I imagine there's a protocol at the hotel.
Yeah, I was like, they surely have something to open it. Like,
Because if a kid locks it by mistake, a little
Yeah.
kid, or one guy locks it, gets drunk and doesn't remember what he did, or,
Yeah.
or locks it while he's drunk. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure they have protocols to unlock it. You just have to call the front desk and be like, "Okay, it's unlocked now," which kind of makes you worry about how safe the thing actually is. But any janitor at the hotel could probably get it unlocked if he needed to.
yeah.
Not disparaging janitors.
No,
Just saying, they're not security-minded people.
I'm not trying to diss the janitors out there.
No.
Respect. I'm one of them actually.
Respect.
I'm one of them.
Yes, Matthew works as a janitor at the local tennis club.
Yeah.
Where all the higher-ups, all the old white rich men try and
there's
pay you for
so
sexual favors.
What?
What?
Okay.
Moving on. What's the...
And that's gonna be the end. No, but last week there was like this. Can I talk about the song? Like, can I talk about it, or did I?
I wasn't talking about individual people or the name of the place, but sure, go
No,
ahead.
I won't talk about the name or individual people. But there was like this tournament last weekend, and like, there's such animals.
How so?
Like,
Do tell.
I picked up like 5 tissues in the main lobby alone. Like, can't you pick them up or not drop them on the floor?
They pay a premium to be
Oh,
able
yes,
to,
I pay too.
they're like, I say, just throw your refuse on the ground. That monkey boy will take care of it. That's why when they make you wear that monkey suit.
With the little red top hat.
And you're only allowed to go.
Yeah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
So is that your only question about the house on the water? Was what kind of boat we're going to buy?
Yeah, that's my question.
It'll be a boat. I don't know
Be
yet.
a boat? Nah.
Won't be a speedboat, inboard or outboard. I don't care. Although your uncle has an aversion to inboard boats, motors for some reason.
Could it be like a boat where like there's like an inside port you can go in and like relax?
That's a big boat, and the problem is if we, and most of the rivers we're going to go on, like the Richelieu River or the islands of Sorel, it's not very deep, and you can do it. But the problem with a deep proud boat, which is a boat with a cabin, is that displaces a lot of water and erodes the sides of the island. So they it's not illegal, but they kind of frown on it. That
Oh, okay.
every time you go by, you're creating 2-foot waves. Whereas when your uncle goes by, he creates about a 3-inch wave because he's got a very, very flat bottom boat. Little things that you don't really think of, but that they're important to consider. And not like that, but they're gas hounds. They're because they drag so much water. They're not plying the waves; they're plowing the waves.
Yeah.
It takes a lot more fuel to get them from A to B.
You just hear. There's that big boat again.
Yeah.
Now, what's that package there?
Is a package. That's the dog's. He's pointing at the dog's
bed.
He's it's all folded up. It's a mat that you feed the dog on.
Oh,
remember you saw that? Yeah. We
Yeah.
only took it out the one time, but I think next time we go away, we'll take it out so he's got something to
play with
to occupy his mind.
Yes. Okay, so I have a question. So,
Yes, go.
Tension in Iran are going up.
Well, are they really?
Who
are the tensions between
Iran and the U.S.?
Is it really the Iran and the entire country of the Americans?
Trump, I guess.
Yeah.
Right now, it's up to Trump to see if he retaliates after the missiles and the camps and stuff. The whatever. But my question is, if you were to be enlisted, all right? I know are you too old?
I think 45 is the cutoff, and I have kids and a wife, which is another consideration when they draft.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Jeremy would be drafted in 2 minutes. No, seriously.
Oh.
And this day and age, maybe even Josiane, his girlfriend.
Yeah.
My son and his girlfriend. They could very well. But the problem is, in order for the draft to come back, it'd have to be a world war.
Yeah.
And as it stands right now, I can't see how anybody would have let it escalate. And to be honest, if a world war started with China on one side and the Americans on the other side, the Chinese would win.
Yeah, they have the numbers.
It's a war of attrition.
Yes, my question was, if you had a choice between Air Force, Navy, or Army, which one would you take? Canadian-wise, like the Canadian Army, Navy.
Probably Air Force as a mechanic or.
Okay, let's say you had to be on the front lines,
front
either in
lines.
a plane,
Air Force,
either in a boat, or either in like on the front lines or in a tank.
I would think Air Force.
Air Force.
Yeah, George Carlin had a bit about that. He I'll look it up so I can read it verbatim. It's very funny. What do you think? What would you want to be?
I'll be honest. I would go in the Navy, like on a boat.
Why?
Well, okay. Let's say you get like attacked. Okay, even if your ship goes down, you could still like be on a buoy on the life raft.
If you don't get killed by the explosion that
yeah. Let's say
or you're not stuck in the hull and you descend in the hull.
Let's say I'm like the driver.
20,000 leagues.
Let's say I'm the driver, okay? So, like, it's easy, like, to go out and jump in the water. And, like, on a life raft. That wouldn't be so bad. But I have a fear of depths of water.
What about a fear of sharks?
Oh, let's not talk...
Sharks nibbling your bum.
I don't like sharks, and I don't want to talk about the story of the USS Indianapolis.
Yes, USS Indianapolis, which was a heavy cruiser who had just delivered the components to build the plutonium bomb, the second bomb, I think. It might have been the first bomb, I don't remember. And was on its way back, I think it was on its way back to Hawaii. And nobody knew where it was, and it got sunk, and nobody knew where it was anywhere. And half the crew got eaten by sharks or died of drowning because they were too tired to hold on.
Yeah. And that story was told in Jaws 1, right?
Got black eyes, dead eyes.
Yeah. Sharks are not epic. They're not gangsta.
They're not gangsters?
Not gangsta, no. Just like murdering people, like, come on, my guy. Like, that's not epic. What are you looking for?
Look at that Air Force quote, but I don't think it's written anywhere. So, what he said was, he said, I joined the Army. I joined the Air Force because I had a choice. I could join the infantry and slog my way through a jungle, shit in my helmet, cook in it later, or I could fly over an area, bomb some people, fly home, and go out dancing. And I'm paraphrasing, but that was the basic.
I guess
that was the basic
true.
quote. It was I thought it was very funny. It was when he was on Dennis Miller.
Okay, yeah.
And that's probably why I can't find it, because it wasn't a quote of his stand-up special. It was when he was doing an interview, but I remember it vividly, and it made me laugh very hard. George Carlin, if you ever have a chance to, I'm talking to you and our listeners, just to
come on the podcast.
No, he's dead. George Carlin, listen to some of his quotes. He was a very grounded and influential comedian for his day. He's the guy who said, everybody's worried about the world's going to end, the world's going to end. The world's not going to end. We're going to end, and the world will keep on spinning without us.
Oh, yeah.
Very sobering, but correct.
Yep. Very honest, man.
Mm-hmm. So, we can complain all about global warming. It's not going to kill the planet. It's going to kill us.
Well, at the same time, it might kill the planet.
No,
and,
the planet. Once we're gone, the planet will slowly heal itself over
what's
the
the
course
planet? The ecosystem or the actual rock?
The ecosystem will be affected, but
yeah,
it's not going to kill everybody. Every living thing is what I mean.
Oh.
And then over the course of the next 100,000 years, the planet will go back to what it was 100,000 years ago.
Frozen,
cleaned itself up, clean and sober.
Clean and sober.
No more smokestacks spewing.
100,000 years sober.
Yeah, there's my chip.
But think about it.
So I would say that's why I would say Air Force, just because. Although, see, the problem with the ship is what I've heard is, depending on where you are in the ship, you're either going to die if your ship gets sunk by being trapped in the hull, or you're going to die because you're exposed in the top, or you survive. The problem with the ship is it's an all or nothing. Your ship sinks and you're homeless. And not only that, but what I've heard is it's tedious, because there's weeks of nothing, sitting and doing, swabbing your decks and cleaning your gun, and then 30 minutes of and then another 2 months of absolutely nothing, because you're not engaged in action all the time. So it's kind of a weird. Whereas this infantry, you train, then you go over in a ship and you land and you shoot.
And somebody guns you down with a machine gun.
Yeah.
That's the end.
Cooking your helmet, shooting it later. Stuff along those lines.
Not in that order.
Either.
Getting killed.
Yeah,
like,
getting killed.
Probably last.
Yeah. I mean, and also I find infantry. I'm not disparaging their armed forces at all, but it's very personal. You're seeing the person. You're really seeing the whites of the eyes of the person you're sticking a bayonet into. It's very visceral and very personal.
Still a thing?
Well, if you're getting a knife fight, you got your Bowie knife. You're like, come on, you kraut. Well,
kraut.
Obviously, the Germans would be our allies, but
Well,
and then the Air Force is the same, where the fact that there's time of inactivity, but you're at your base. You can go to the canteen. You can hang out, play cards. You don't really have. It's a different way of life. That's all. And you're more in control of your destiny because you're in one plane. And
if someone just shoots a rocket at you, you're pretty much done for, right?
Yeah, but I think I just find it's more of a sense of control, even though you don't have that much control. Whereas in a ship, if your ship gets torpedoed, you either live or die, but your ship's gone.
Well, a plane's going down. You will die.
But you're a small piece of that 1,000 people in that ship. Whereas in a plane, it's you by yourself or your fighter pilot or two other guys, and you can parachute out if it didn't blow. I don't know. And if the mission was a success, you you land, and you go out dancing.
Now, would you either be in a plane or would you want to be? Okay, wait.
I would.
Would you either be in a plane or would you want to be more in a tank?
Plane, definitely.
Plane.
Okay.
Why?
Well, I
Like,
mean,
same
yes
reason?
and no. Well, yes and
This-
no, because the tanks nowadays, like the Abrams tank, is like a Cadillac. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got. I think now they have air conditioning and they got radar, and it's very hard to kill an Abrams tank. It's got the ceramic armor and all that stuff, so it's very hard to actually kill. And it's one of the
Fastest?
it's fast, but I mean, it's one of the most advanced tanks all around. But I don't know. I guess I've always had an affinity towards flying. I always wanted to get a license to fly
me
and
too.
fly around, through the clouds, man.
Yeah, dude.
Up in the clouds, brah. Just like experience weightlessness and being a bird, brah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my answer to that.
Now,
So about you, plane or tank?
plane, I'd say, but I don't like G-force. Like, I don't like roller
So
coasters.
you'd be in a bomber. You wouldn't be in a fighter.
Yeah, I'd
You'd
be
be
more in the bomber.
oh god.
Yeah, I'd be more in the
Oh,
bomber.
I got a
yeah.
barrel roll to evade this guy.
Yeah, I'd be more in the bomber, but that's more of a target.
Yeah, true that.
But yeah, okay. And I have another question for you. Now, if you had
A lot of questions this episode.
I know.
It's a welcome
Good change of pace,
up.
right?
Yeah.
if you had the choice, and the choice to go and colonize Mars, like you go and you cannot come back, would you do it?
No.
Why not?
With current technology?
Let's say it's perfect. You can go there with no problem. It's like you're living your life here, but on Mars.
Because I would say no, because I'm not a pioneer. I don't need to dig into red rock and try and plant zucchinis and hope that it takes, or else I'm not going to have enough oxygen and my family's going to die. I'm not a coward by any means, but I have no interest in going to, and not only that, but with today's technology, I think it takes like 9 months to fly there.
No,
Like
it takes multiple years, actually.
Isn't that, well, even worse? I think they had 2 years or something,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because that's
A
what
long
they were
time.
selling tickets to do that, and it was 2 people per vessel. And can you imagine?
2 people?
I think it was.
No, it's one big ship going.
Well, originally they were trying to sell this thing that we'd send you off in these capsules to Mars, and you'd be 2 people, and you imagine being in like a pod
No, you're asleep, probably.
for 2 years. Oh,
No,
they don't have that technology.
Yeah, sorry.
They can't put you to sleep.
Yeah, you know what, Dad?
Can you imagine 2 years just in there? So, you got any other stories?
But
And I mean, how many pods would arrive and one guy's dead? I don't know what happened.
but I would go if it was like a settled base already. If it was already.
And what would be the allure of going to Mars?
you
Just
know,
to say I'm at Mars?
Yeah,
Wish you were here.
yeah. Declare Mars's independence.
Oh, so you would create some type of uprising.
We're being suppressed, man.
Yo, saying we can't go home, that's BS, brah. Come on, join with me, fellow Martians.
Imagine the U.S. finds out there's like a whole lot of oil.
On Mars?
Yeah, you
How
think
do you get it back?
you probably just send back a ship?
Where are
You
gonna get
send
the
a
fuel?
huge ship, like with
Oh,
a lot
big
of
enough.
fuel.
So a ship that's all fuel and a cargo hold that can hold some
Yeah.
oil. That's be some expensive oil when I come back. Well, here we have 65,000 gallons of oil that came back from Mars. What do you mean? We pumped that out of the earth for the last 20 minutes. Crazy, man. That'd
No,
be crazy.
but like a lot. Like they bring back like.
So who'd you go with? Because you know I'm not going.
I know you're not going.
So you never see me again, Matt. Who would you go with, Matt?
Probably alone.
Wow, the loner, the
God,
lone wolf, the one-man wolf pack, as it were.
Well, like who would want to come with me? Comment down below, my guys.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
I can't imagine. I can't imagine, honestly, any sane person saying, "I'm gonna go colonize Mars, man. I'm gonna take 2 years to get there."
I wouldn't want to
You do
go
like
at the
Total
beginning.
Recall, like there's already a
Yeah.
colony set
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
and you just want to bang
Let-
that
let-
girl,
let's
that
say
girl with the
it's-
3 boobs.
Yes, obviously. No, but you know, like a vacation. Let's change it to a vacation. You go there for like a month. You come back.
Only if it had been done for the last 10 years without any problems.
Okay, yeah.
I would not want to be one of the first. Hey,
Like
you guys wanna go to
Jurassic World.
Mars? Yeah,
yeah.
like
Episode
don't
1.
be the first guy. Don't be the first guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
I'm too much into my creature comforts now
Yeah.
to be an explorer with gusto.
Yeah.
You'd have to pay me a lot of money to go to Mars. I'd just look at the pictures. Wow, it looks really nice. Yeah, we caught Mars AIDS, but this doctor said these rashes will go away.
And they said my penis was gonna grow back, so I hope they're right.
Is it distended?
Huh?
Is it distended?
What does that mean? What?
I hear you. All right, what's your next topic, Matt?
Oh God.
Oh my goodness, 10 minutes left, Matt.
Got 10 minutes to fill.
We've just been blowing through this one.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Now I have a question for you.
Oh, another one.
Should I ask this question?
You have a lot of questions.
The Discrimination Nation one. Should I ask that one? Or no?
Why not? What a great way to end our last podcast ever.
Okay, never mind.
No, tell them the topic. I don't know if we'll discuss it, but this is from the mind of my son.
Okay, now would having free? No, wait. I could have asked this in another way.
I'll ask it the way you would originally ask it.
No. Because listen, volunteers are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
It's free labor.
No, they're not.
Yes.
Yeah, but one's volunteer and the other's not.
Well,
A volunteer means voluntary. Whereas slavery means, hey, we're going to come to your village and take you away from everything you know, bring you to another country, and now you're going to work for me. But you know what? There's no stigma. There's no racial discrimination. You're just going to work for me forever. That was my son's question.
Yeah,
so say it.
Okay, I'll read it out loud.
Would slavery be okay if they weren't racially persecuted?
Yeah. Yes. Would it be? Do you think it might not be fully accepted? But wait. If you wouldn't beat the people, okay. You know, they could leave whenever they wanted to.
And that's not slavery. Nobody would stay
for free food and free lodgement.
Uh-huh. And what are my hours like?
7 to 8.
7 to 8. You only work 13 hours a day?
No,
or 1 hour.
7 to 6. 7 to 6.
So 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
How many days a week?
5 days.
Did I get to visit my family back from the Netherlands where you stole me from?
I guess.
Do you get to go see my family from Sweden?
Well, no, they could come and see you.
Oh, are you going to pay for that? Because I don't have any money.
They can pay for it.
Oh, so... And how many days a week I'm working?
5.
Do I have medical?
Yeah.
Dental?
Probably.
Ooh, I need to know yes or no if I'm going to sign this contract, sir. What about optical? If I have vision problems? Yeah. What about my kids? When my kids are born, do they get to go to school?
They just get you decide, but I'm not paying for it.
It's a public school, but it's a public school.
No.
Oh, so I have to pay for it, but I have no money.
But like I said, you can leave whenever you want.
And go where? I'm from Sweden.
I don't know. You can say I've been a slave for the last 15 years of my life, and people will hire you, I guess. You're like, deal.
No, I'm like, this is still very wrong.
Yeah.
You told me that one earlier, and I was like, oh, that'll be an interesting topic of discussion.
I thought about it. Then
you're like, oh, guys, come over here. Oh, no, we think you're equals. You're just going to work for us for free. But, it's cool. We're not going to beat you. We're not going to hit you. And we don't think you're racially inferior, but you're going to work for us. By the sheer definition, it is a consideration of racial inferiority that they go pick these people.
Should we just cut this part out?
Oh, no, we can cut it. That was funny.
Okay,
but it was a good question. It was a question of an inquiring mind. You weren't sitting there going, slavery should come back.
Yeah, slavery is not good.
You were just like, at what point does the concept of slavery become bad?
Yeah.
And it's very early. I'm just going to tell you right now. It's really early in the whole phase of slavery.
All right.
As soon as you go and grab somebody from where they live, that's when slavery goes bad.
Let's not say you grab them, all right? They can come whenever they want.
And why would they come?
Wait, no, they get... Listen.
You got to build up... Because right now, the way
wait, I'm not done. You're cutting me out, okay?
Okay, I'm just going to keep watching you dig this hole. Go.
You get lodgement, you get medical, optical, whatever. You get a school for your kids.
Oh, now schools, you're throwing school in now.
Yeah.
What about higher education, university?
High school. Then they can go off.
But then do they have to work? They have to be slaves? Or can they go where they want?
Like I said, you could leave whenever you want.
Now, what if your slaves want cars?
What?
They want a car.
Why would they want a car?
Because they want to go see the world on their vacation. They get vacation? How much vacation they get every year?
They get the weekends. So that's at least a few days.
So your slaves work 52 days a year, 52 weeks a year, sorry. and get weekends off.
Yeah.
And have no money, so they can't go on vacation anywhere, so they don't need a car. I'm guessing you have some type of medical facility on site.
Yes.
And are you seeing any holes in this logic as far as why anybody would want to be a slave? Would you want to be a slave with that layout?
Well, if I don't get beat, like, it's free food, free lodgement, free healthcare, and everything.
You have all that here, and I don't understand.
I don't have free food, and
you're still complaining here.
Like at home, yeah.
Yeah, here,
like
at home.
Like in 10 years, all right. Okay, this would be more for like the homeless people,
oh,
right?
I know. Wait. I know what you're.
Listen,
wait,
no.
Matt. This is exactly what you've just described. Are you ready?
Oh no.
Are you ready for this?
No.
You've described a cult.
Oh, okay.
So
There
you heard it here
is.
first, ladies and gentlemen. In the next 10 to 15 years, my son's going to start a cult and have people come to him and work for free and not have to pay for any food or lodgings, and they can leave whenever they want unless they've been brainwashed.
No, but okay, this would be more like
totally defined the cult.
Okay,
that's hilarious.
Now, okay, would it be okay? Okay, this next question is pretty bad.
Oh wow, okay.
Would it be okay?
Worse than free slavery? Yeah.
Would it be okay if they were homeless people? They would get lodging, food, health, whatever.
You're basically talking about work programs, right?
Exactly.
That were like I know in the 1930s Roosevelt instigated that, implemented that, work programs that you could work, get a job. But that's when homelessness was rampant. What you have to understand, what I understand is there's a proportion of homeless people who like being homeless. Well, I'm not going to say it's a 50%.
Like I said, you could come if you want to come. You're not forced to come and do it. You do it. Do it if. What do you think whale cheese would taste like?
Pardon me?
What do you think whale cheese
you're changing tax here. Okay. Yes, that's your final topic for tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Please explain this to the listener.
Well, my question is, do you think we can make... Because a whale is a mammal, right? So do you think with its milk we could make whale cheese?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Who has no scientific knowledge of cheese other than I know how it's
You're not
theoretically created?
You're not in the Air Force, but you have a pretty good knowledge about that, and so I don't know what you're talking about.
So you've seen all my whale books in my library, and I thought you'd ask about it.
I don't know, like maybe.
I don't know. Do whales give milk?
I think they're mammals.
They must. I guess they milk their calves underwater.
Probably.
I never thought
they're
about
mammals.
Okay.
Well,
let's break it down to this. If whales, and this is my uneducated, I want to make sure that's clear to everybody. I have not studied this. This is a topic my son told me about 10 minutes before the podcast began. If whales do indeed give milk, Matthew, you listening?
Yes.
And if there's some way to harvest
nursing
milk,
their young with milk is one of the things that defines mammals. So whales definitely do have mammary glands, and they do produce.
Okay, so
milk.
Since they produce milk,
Yep.
then yes, I think you'd be able to make cheese from it. The only problem is harvesting that milk. When you have giant vats of whales and have the little suction things attached to their teats.
Cows
are easy. I mean, it's several hundred
my
pounds.
question is,
1,000
what do you think it would taste like?
Probably salty.
Salty, yeah, like
a feta.
Yeah.
Like a crumbly feta cheese.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, where's this from? You're like, oh, whale. Oh, that makes sense because it's really salty. Like you can't eat more than like 2 ounces of it, or
you will die.
You'll die, yeah.
Yeah.
But you might be able to. I'm guessing through some kind of process of dilution, get more milk and dilute the salt. But once again, I'm just spitballing here. I am way out of my depth here.
Yeah. Depth. Well, yeah.
I don't want to spout any more theories about this because a whale spout.
All right, this has been.
I don't want to tell any more tall tales. Tail spelled Tail. Oh, the puns abound.
Do you have any other topics?
The puns abound.
You want to wrap this up, or
I think we should really revisit this whole free slavery thing, Matt.
Or maybe you could tell us about that joke of yours, huh?
It's on the last podcast.
People really want to hear it. I have so many people at school who really want to hear it.
See, this is the thing about that joke. That's going to now make people listen to that podcast, and then we'll get more views. You see that, Matt? If I tell it here, why go see the other one? Whereas you're going to listen to this entire thing, think I'm going to tell the joke, and I'm going to disappoint them, which, let's be honest, I do quite well, and then go, oh, I got to go check this other one out. It was a great joke. Did you tell anybody at school what it was?
No.
You just said my dad told this really lame joke, and
No, I didn't even tell anyone. I didn't want to be embarrassed. That's cool.
So when you said everybody at school wants to hear it,
I just wanted you to say it. At least I didn't swear on the podcast. Jesus.
Whoa. Well, I think there are times when a cuss is necessary.
Well, that was an unnecessary time when you were just talking about someone who cut you off. Well, he could have killed you, but like,
yeah, it was snowing too. It was a pretty bad day for that
okay,
type
that
of
early
maneuver.
in the morning. Wow.
Yeah, it was on my way after dropping you off at school.
Oh wow, okay.
Yep. Well, it's an hour, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure how good this one was, but we definitely covered a wide spectrum of topics.
Oh, God.
Remember that time we talked about flying cars and then
free slavery?
Yeah,
a cult
traveling to Mars. Oh, what a great! This has actually been a good one as far as this wide range of topics.
Yeah.
So thank you, Matt. See what happens when you prepare it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do all the work to get this uploaded and published.
You clicked like 3 buttons, my guy.
And you typed 7 topics.
It's more than 3 buttons. Typing. It's
3 buttons? Do you want to do it?
No.
All right. Well, I guess that's all. You want to take us out, Matt?
No, thank you. I don't want to go on a date with you. Bye. Hey, do. Bye.
Oh, is this you taking us out?
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I guess I'm doing that job. So have a great next few days, and we'll get this posted, and we'll be back shortly.
Also, sorry for not posting this on Monday. Bye.
Bye.